Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, welcome to the channel, and in today's video, somebody reminded me that as I was using this movement speed build that I have on here, that the last time I did a movement speed build was in 2020. Your movement speed builds are what you are going to run for farming ingredients for tonics, as well as for the springtide event. And they also have application in the frostfall event when you are farming presents. So since it has been a while since we have covered a farming build / movement speed build on the channel, I figured today we would go over what it looks like in 2022, as well as a couple of mechanics to think about that will make your farming slightly faster. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Let me know in the comments if there are any builds in particular that you want me to go over. If there's a specific build you're looking for, let me know. I'm kind of in the mood to do a few of the build videos because I have been neglecting on doing them. So for starters here, quite a few of the specifics for these builds don't entirely matter. The key ones being the exact weapon you use, the exact chest piece you use, and the exact gloves you use. The Omnicell doesn't exactly matter. I guess you could technically get a dodge somewhere to get extra move speed, but it's not really that important. But the main requirement of our weapon is we are going to want to be able to fit 2 alacrity perks in there, which you can accomplish this with any of the legendary weapons. Thrax probably being the most useful, as you can use the teleport ability to plan around certain farming routes on certain islands. And on a couple of these strike weapons, you also have the ability to go to alacrity perks on that. But repeaters do actually have an advantage over the other weapons when it comes to move speed. And that is because of the lightweight frame mod, where you get 20% increased move speed at 6 or less ammo. This is pretty good when it comes to longer farming excursions, which last over a minute per island. And then the same sort of deal goes for the chest piece and the gloves. You basically only need it to be able to run an alacrity slot for it to be useful. So for the chest pieces, you can run Scrave, Urska, Savit, Embermane. It really doesn't matter as long as it has an alacrity slot. Similarly, the gloves don't exactly matter. You can run Karabak, you can run Stormclaw, you can run Riftstalker, as long as it has the alacrity slot. And basically the goal here is going to be to stack all 4 of these perks at +6. And one of the ways to accomplish that is we are going to have fleet-footed as both of our weapon slots. We are going to have the Shrike Lantern with Zeal as a little bit of extra movement speed. Then on the armor pieces, we're going to have Malkarian's helmet with Swift inside. We're going to have our chest piece with Swift inside. Our gloves are going to have Sprinter inside. And then the Shrike boots specifically are going to have Sprinter inside. Because of the Malkarian helmet and the Shrike boots having Grace on them, we are able to get 6 fleet-footed, 6 Grace, 6 Sprinter, and 6 Swift. Fleet-footed will increase our movement speed after a dodge, which can be helpful if you come to a stop at some point. The more important ones are Grace, Sprinter, and Swift. As long as you keep sprinting with your weapons sheathed, then you will gain these move speed bonuses. At the absolute maximum movement speed on this build, you are going to run around 140% movement speed. Now, that's not the most that you can achieve in the game, but that's the most that is practical to actually bother getting, right? Like you could try to get Molten in here somewhere, but then you would have to shoot something to actually activate that movement speed bonus, and it's more of a hassle than it is to actually, get it. So one of the mechanics that you will want to be aware of when you're out farming things is that in the hunting grounds, you can't actually use your lantern at a default state. You can use your lantern in 2 scenarios: when you have your weapon drawn, or when you pass by a behemoth. If we're close enough to the behemoth, then we can activate our lantern hold now. And also, since we are running repeaters with our lightweight frame mod, we are going to want to unsheath, shoot until we have 6 ammo, and then as we are doing that, we can use our lantern hold, and then sheath, and then we have almost all of our move speed bonuses active right away. The main one that we wouldn't have right away is fleet-footed, but that is more so if you get stuck somewhere than it is to actually, or if you want to change directions like I could have there. The usual move speed you will be moving at with this build is about 80 to 90%. And when you pass by a behemoth, you can activate your lantern hold. Honestly, with how long it takes to pull out the repeaters and the FOV change, and the fact that you can't sprint with repeaters out, it kind of makes it not as worth it to just pull out your repeaters here and there. But here's an example of where you would be using your fleet-footed, is if you were to grab one of the ores, like Phoenix Opal or Omnistone, you would then dodge out of that to continue your movement. Having a movement speed on for general gameplay purposes is not recommended. Obviously, you are foregoing all of the damage on your build pretty much to have move speed active. See, and here's a situation where the Thrax special would actually be useful, because I could get up to this ledge right above me if I were to unsheath my weapon. That's also another thing you can't do with your weapon sheath, is use your legendary ability. But if I have my Thrax ability on, I'll be able to teleport up to that ledge without having to go the long way around like this, which it's actually pretty easy to fall right there as well. I show the clip. Fuck. Oh my god. But the long way around to get up here is you could actually jump from here and glide backward this way, but you would want to grab some of this stuff anyway, right? This dash leaf for your Blitz and Frenzy tonics. Then you went up here, and then there's usually a troll chest up here. Not one this time. But this is a long way around to get up here, when I could have just used a Thrax teleport to get up here instead. And one thing that'll make farming in the hunting grounds a bit faster is by using the public hunting queues, right? Twilight Sanctuary. If I queue up for this right here, then I get in within a second, then my loading screen and my hunt arrival will take me about 30 seconds to actually get in. But with a private hunting ground, it would take me an extra 10 to 20 seconds to get into each one on average. And then in really bad scenarios, it would take me like another minute. One of the downsides of the public hunts, though, is that you could not be of adequate level to hop onto the island that you want to do. Because you see, if I were to use chain blades, then I wouldn't have been able to get on this island. And obviously, running a movement speed build isn't required by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just a little bit extra to help you min-max certain activities, like the springtide event. We spent maybe a couple hours doing this to get the 10,000 carrot chips. We would pretty consistently get between 200 to 300 eggs per island, with probably all of us running these builds. I'm not exactly sure if everybody was running pure movement speed, but they probably were. Yeah, completely random lobby. First time I did this today. 182 eggs, not too bad. I'm a little bit late for this as far as a guide for this event and the quests would go, but better late than never, right? Maybe at least one person will get the info that they seek from this. My guy is trying to shoot the bunnies, man. It's literally his first day of the game, probably, though. He's probably very confused. He thought he was going to hunt monsters, but no. Playing with bunnies. And then the reason I was using the Torg weapon for mine is that it's alright with these Styxians in this event. A little bit better than just using repeaters regularly. Oh, and I forgot to equip my Charog Bond for this, but Charog Bond was actually pretty good for area clearing the Styxians as well. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. The move speed build hasn't exactly changed all that much. It's pretty much just the addition of the Shrike legs as having grace on them, which is actually what allows you to get all 4 of these perks to +6. If not, then you would basically run these 3 at +6 and this at +3. But I figured it was worth making a quick video about this, just in case, you know, other people are looking around for ways to farm things faster. Hopefully at least one of you found this helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And once again, give me some builds you want to see. I'll try to do some over the next few days. And I have been Trevor. I go by the Mr. Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.